Good morning. Oh, crikey, a bit wonky. Good morning, it's Sunday the 14th of June. I'm still getting used to the camera flip, so on the right way round, which is still a little bit disorientating, but at least you can read the t-shirts now. So good morning, it's the 8 a.m. movement snack, the first one of 3 today. And we've done in excess of 250 of these movement snacks. If you're familiar with the format, you'll know that if you're watching this after the event on catch up, you have the luxury of getting rid of this bit. If you would like to get straight to the movement snack without this chitter chatter, without the morning headlines, get straight to the point. But for now, my job as movement snack chef this morning is to say good morning to people arriving, assuming of course that you say good morning to me. Otherwise I have to fill this gap like a news at 10 reader without any news. But here we go. Morning Chris, thanks for saving me. Let's go. Chris has arrived from Wales, first across the line. If you are new to this and if you haven't commented before, please just send us a little hello and a location. Hello, Trevor. Trevor's got the hot coffee. You might want to put that down before the trunk twists, Trevor. Or you might want to just incorporate some functionality into that. Germany has arrived. Yoo-hoo, Germany. Like the spelling of that Red Rita. Yoo-hoo. Hello, Maddie. Dagenham's arrived. Hello, Jane. Got a live one, Jane. We got a live one. Jane's a big catcher-upper, aren't you, Jane? Hello, Mum. Should we have boiled eggs after this, Mum? What do you think? I'm a bit late on the preamble this morning. Had a bit of a phone blip. But I think we've got about 2 minutes before we get going with the movement snack. So do tell me what you are planning for today, movement-wise, physical activity-wise, walks, yomps, more cleaning. It does fascinate me how people find so much cleaning to do. As someone who's not really a cleaning fan though, so maybe not go there. Morning, George. Damp and foggy. I think it doesn't get sunny till about 3 o'clock here in Havant. It's a bit damp and foggy at the moment. But let's get moving anyway. Let's just get preparing for the day. Gillian with a J has arrived. We've got Miss Perry from up the valley. That's 2 of the Talbot posse. Morning, Deb. Newport's in. Good Welsh contingent this morning. So just to remind and refresh why we are all here. Because you are movement snacking fans and you're looking to accumulate additional movement minutes over anything else that you're doing. This is plus all your other stuff. And these movement snacks and the elements of the movement snacks that can be infiltrated or crowbarred into your day all serve to help us to sit less, move more meaningfully, and improve and enhance everyday activities, daily living. All right, Francis. Overcast in Bristol. Nice bike ride and walk yesterday. Cycle path from Bristol to Bath. I ran that once. It's about 17 miles. Seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't know if that path is the path still there, Francis? Bristol to Bath cycling path. Hello, Bolton. Bolton's arrived. I think we're there, folks, on a 3, 2, 1. Should we do it? Hello, Jane from Edinburgh. Edinburgh's arrived. Good to see you, Jane. So we've got some long-term movement snackers in the house this morning. You've just snuck in, Sheila, and the collective. See me after school because this lateness is continuing. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. My name is Bex Townley. It's Sunday, the 14th of June. First movement snack of the day. Aiming to accumulate at least an additional 30 minutes. 30 minutes of more movement minutes into your benefits bag. Sit less, move more purposefully, move more efficiently, and life gets a little bit easier. Let's go. Ready? Glasses off for me. Starting with our circulation boost. Have a look at the movement and decide if you want to do this in sit or in stand. make your choice and decision and have some external support close by. External supports need to be at an appropriate height for you. About hip height is the right height. So fixed staple surface, and we start with our circulation boost, a minute or minute and a half to turn the body dials from off and sleepy to on and ready to go. So balance in stand position, gap between feet. Just stand a bit taller, take up some external support. Start the rhythmical march, and then we'll build through the prompts once we're moving. So let's optimise this time. The first thing is to start moving on an upright posture, and then we can further enhance and improve that. Before I do that, let me just put in the initial sit prompts, which are from an inactive sit position. Sit tall, hands to chair, hip walk forward just past centre. This A enables an easier stand, and B enables an upright active posture. We can start from the bottom up or from the top down. So now we're all moving, let's go through the prompts. Whether you're in sit or in stand, consider your centre, the centre of your movement universe. Lift and lengthen here. This will create a little bit more activity and provide more effective support for the moving part underneath. Of the moving part, ankles, feet and toes is the primary focus here. Have a glance down so you can see what's going on, and have a look and ask yourself, am I really peeling off the heels first? Am I really just pointing the toes as it comes up? Am I making the most of the ankles, feet and toes? Then lift and open the chest, and then a little bit more focus here on this upper body, upper arm march here from the shoulder, bringing in both arms as and when you're ready. Everything is rhythmical and fluid and steady and comfortable. And as you continue the seconds through this circulation boost, whether you're in sit or stand, you're going to feel the need to take some deeper breaths, because this movement will give us this need for some increases in the circulation, the blood flow, etc. So we're going to get a little bit of an increase through the heart rate. That's what we want. That's the idea. Here's the options on seated, arms and legs together, or arms only and legs only. You might opt for a toe tap, or you might opt for a heel tap. This circulation boost is gradual. Just imagine that we're literally just gradually increasing the dial on the on button just to wake everything up and get it moving for us. If we do that gradually, smaller movements to bigger movements, it's not about pace, it's about range of movement. Couple of deep breaths. We shouldn't be breathless, shouldn't be exhausted, but we should feel ready to go. Now we've got the three movements of our top triangle, starting with the shoulders. In sit or stand, keep using external support if that helps. Lift and round, backward direction on the shoulders. Same in sit. I'm going to come a little bit closer so that I can give you a few more prompts. So here we're looking to improve the movement, mobilise the shoulders, and there's loads of different types of movements that happen here. Here's the straightforward shrug, up and down. Make sure you finish off the job and come all the way down each time. Or you may feel you can build that into this backward circular direction. Make sure each one is as quality as the one before. Each one is about movement and optimising that range of motion and feeling that happen for you. 3, 4, 5 of these. Sometimes actually standing in front of a mirror might help support you understand and see what's going on. You know, is your head still? Have you finished off the job to return to a long neck each time? And all those shoulder movements happen on this maintaining strong support structure underneath. Let's move on to the second one. All these are interlinked, okay? So they all work together in daily life. It's the head turn, and return. Little pause in the middle. Remember, anything that moves the head, anything that turns the head, is going to challenge the balance to a lesser or greater degree. So if you're in stand, take up support, maintain the lift, maintain the support through the bottom end of the body, pause in the centre, same in sit, shoulders stay down and level here. We generally do the shoulders before this one because they all interlink. So actually the shoulder roll and shoulder shrug prior to this one will ensure that we've optimised and prepared the neck for this movement. So the order of this is significant. There's two. Here's the third one of this top end trio. Have a look. It's the head movement here. A direct back press. Now, depending on how your posture currently is, this may feel like a relatively small movement, or it may feel quite significant for you, depending on what your start position and posture is. Before you do this one, and all of them, but even more for this one, do ensure you're standing as tall as you comfortably can, lengthen through the centre so that we're mobilising that head, we're doing that movement on top of the best possible support structure underneath it. And all of these, 3, 4, 5, 6, with control, feel your way, quality, not quantity. Let's put in an extra boost, folks. With or without support, with one arm, alternating arms, both arms, but it's steady. This circulation boost doesn't continue to grow. It maintains the same, aiming for quality ranges of movement, and our aim is to just continue with that circulation boost throughout the mobility. Same in sit. Focus on the ankles. The knee raise only comes as high as my feet and ankles allow. Here's the centre bit. Here's the trunk, some extra coordination if you would like. Not really. 3 movements here in the trunk. Let's do back extensions first today. Now here, it's not designed to challenge your balance, so do keep contact with the external support if that's going to help, or to the side. Balanced in the bottom end as always. Lengthen up to upright posture and then add an extra bend in the top half. And you might want to put either the palms of your hands on your buttocks here, or you might want to turn the hand, and that might ease the shoulder sensation there. There's the bend. If I move my arm so you can see, extend and a little bit more at the top. Can you see my hips don't move? If you stand with your hips very close to an external piece of furniture, as you extend up, you shouldn't have any hip thrust. If you start to feel the furniture on your hips here, something is happening that we don't really want to happen. No thrusting, folks. Just extending, and keep the gaze forward on this. And as you can see, this is the movement that we instinctively want to do when we've spent a lot of time in flexed positions. So this one is a really great one to crowbar into any activities that are sending you in bendy forward flexy positions. Here's the seated option here. Ensure that in sit, anchors are your buttocks, that you are extending, you're mobilising the back, and that you're not leaning back. This isn't a lean back, it's an extension from the top end. Second movement of the trio. Let's do side bends. Anything that takes the body or the head away from this centre point will challenge your balance to a lesser or greater degree, depending on your balance responses, shall we say. So wider feet. This will help with balance, give more support. Fix the hips, take the bend to the side and come straight back up. Pause in the middle, adjust if you need to, re-establish the length. When we talk about length, it comes from here to here. When we slump and we switch off the posture muscles, we kind of do this. If you consider the gap here and now lengthen that gap, can you see that's where the length comes when we talk about lengthening through the posture. Here's the movement, pause in the middle. And this should feel smooth and comfortable. And you've got two bits here. You've got the down and the up. The down and the up may feel slightly different, but I don't want the up to feel any more difficult or challenging than the down. So in the sit, anchor the feet, anchor the buttocks, and as you take the bend, make sure that your buttocks, your sit bones remain equal weight. Here. There you go. If you had some sensors under your sit bones that required you to maintain even pressure, and what we need is if that buttock starts to lift, the alarm will go off. Maybe that analogy will help. So as you take the bend, ensure you keep equal pressure across the sit bones. 3, 4, 5 of these in each direction, smooth, fluid, pause and reset. If you're feeling you're starting to sag and that your posture's becoming inactive, that's the time to pause and have a rest. The body's magic, muscles are magic. Give them time to recover and rest, and then they'll go again for you. That's the process of training and adaptation over time. Should we take a turn? Let's have a turn. I'm going to show you this one is seated. Now, to really optimise and really focus on this trunk turning mobility, it might be advisable to have a sit down, feel for the chair, sit down with control, and compare how much range of motion you have when you perform it in seated, when the hips are fixed because the chair, my hips are loaded. How much range of movement do you have in seated? And then how much range of movement do you have in standing? And it will feel very different because the loaded bits of the body are now different. And in standing you have to work much harder to fix and anchor the hips. You need to do that in standing, whereas in seated we have some additional help from the chair, shall we say. Keep using support for this one, it's a turn. And as you can see, these three movements collectively, this trio collective, are already in all of your activities of daily living. Reaching, turning, grabbing, seat belts, driving, getting in and out of bed, moving around. Every room in your house is going to require some trunk activities. Here, we're looking to improve them. All right, let's finish off, folks, with the ankle mobility. With ankles comes feet and toes. And with ankles, feet and toes comes knees and hips. And with knees and hips comes trunk support, shoulder positioning, and the oh so heavy head. They're all linked. It's a chain. It's a chain reaction. There's a song about that. Let's go. All right, so slow it down, but more focus. More focus. Have a look. Have you got as much as you can? Can you see I've got the toe just off, and then I'm going to go down to here. So I've slowed down our circulation boost to major magnification to bring in ankles, feet and toes. Here's the next one. Can you get the toe where the heel is? Now during this one, I've got loads of support. Lift out of this hip and this supporting leg. The knee is a little bit soft. I'm not looking to challenge the balance here, but it is essentially a balance activity because I'm essentially performing a single leg stand because I don't have any weight transfer on this leg. So without external support, it's technically a balance exercise, but because I want to focus on the ankles, feet and toes, I use external support. In sit, just have a look at the options. Way back in the chair, so hip walk back, hip walk back. Here is the sit option. Knees bent, unlock this knee. The foot is just off the floor and it's a push and a pull. Bring in some Mexican waves in the toes. In these morning movement snacks, we do socks just so you can really get the feet awake. Here, I just like to point out that this is definitely a flex and extend. and avoid just to give the foot a wiggle. It's not enough, it's not sufficient, folks. Let's get the most. This is how we walk. We walk here, heel through to toe. So let's mobilise the ankle in that way. Or you could go for the same option as we had in stand. If ankles, feet and toes, lower limb, not an option, not on your radar, even more focus on buttocks. So even more lift and shift. Really look to lengthen this sit. So if you're spending all your time in seated, if you're a wheelchair user, if being ambulant isn't something you do much of or at all in your day, here, hips, trunk, extensions, everything here is really forms the base of support. That's it. That's the morning routine. The idea now is to take those, embed them and deploy them into your day. Keep using them. They're like a little magical toolkit so that everyday activities of daily life become easier. If they're easier, they're more pleasurable, maintain mindfulness, and it becomes incidental. Quality movement becomes incidental. That's what we're after. Thank you very much for tuning in. Happy Sunday. We're on week 13 tomorrow. We just keep on going. You've got Kels at lunchtime. I think I'm on the 4 p.m. shift again today. Dave's off on a rehearsal in the recording studio for his Summer of 69 rendition from last week. He's been signed by EMI. Simon Cowell wants him. So that's why I'm on the 4. So I'll see you at 4 for a stretch and sway to end your day. There's no other way, really. See you later.